Hi, this is the Daily Forex Report for October 17th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair first. This particular pair closed down during Friday's session. It did have a long tail, broke the previous session's low, but pulled back significantly prior to the close. You can see that it tagged pretty much this low as well as far as where it closed. Could be the signal of a reversal. We've had two sessions in a row with very long tails and moved higher before closing. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that this trend is over, but definitely something to note, to be aware of. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 81.95 on a reversal, possibly moving up to 80.37. Look for some resistance around 81.60 and look for some support around 80.75. Now, going to the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair closed down, did break the previous session's high, moved higher than ever, but then pulled back and closed lower. We're looking for this pair overall to continue to move to the upside, although it did pull back on Friday. Gapped up during at the beginning of today's session, filled that gap. Typically that signals that it's going to move lower, at least till it fills it, and it has. Now look for it to potentially go as high as 142.38, possibly as low as 138.09. Look for some resistance around 141.60 and look for some support around 139.33. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair moved high as well on Friday, closed lower, closed down, moving to the upside still, kind of in a very pull back, move forward, pull back, move forward kind of way, but nonetheless still moving higher. Look for it to potentially go as high as 161.92, possibly as low as 158.34. Look for some resistance around 161.00 and look for some support around 159.25. Now the US Swiss, this particular pair reversed on Friday, did move higher. We are looking for this pair to continue overall moving to the downside, possibly moving up to 0.9686, possibly down to 0.9415 if it moves lower. Look for some resistance around 0.9600 and look for some support around 0.9460. Okay, as far as news analysis go, we do have the New Zealand Consumer Price Index being released at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time today for the third quarter. They're showing a move down from 1.8% to 1.5%. So consumer price index dropping just a little bit is what the consensus is. Now, just to take a look at kind of what I'm looking at, we're at the beginning of the week. Let's take a look on the week time frame at the Euro USD, and I want to back out a little bit. What I want you to notice is a couple things. First, that we've been moving higher for the majority of 2010, and if you notice, we have closed down for the week, and it's somewhat of a doji bar. I realize that there's a lot of body there, but we are on the week time frame, so it's not it's close to what we'd consider a doji bar being, especially on the week time frame. I'd also like you to notice that if you scroll over, we have an area here of consolidation that occurred at that same level. So we could be seeing that again from here. Also, if you take a kind of a longer view look at it, grab your Fibonacci retracement levels, grab here, we've actually broke above the 61.8 retracement. So there's a potential, we closed above it last week, there's a potential for a reversal here. So what do you want to do with that? Well, there's one other thing. Now that we know there's consolidation at that area, we've hit a key Fibonacci level. Let's zoom in again and look at one other thing. You notice we've had one pullback during this last move to the upside. One strong pullback, which is right here. Now, let's take a look at actually how many pips that it was in that pullback. From the high down to the very low, there was about 750 pips. If we indeed are in a reversal, which of course none of us know, and I'm not trying to predict that we're going to have a reversal this week, I'm just showing that this pair has closed down for the first time after a very strong move to the upside. If it moves down 750 pips, that would bring us right about down to here. A little bit past the 300 1.3450 mark. There's definitely enough room there, a good 750 pips worth of movement that we could get from there. Let's take the high again, 750. So 750 pips. Now let's go to the day time frame and kind of take a look at what that looks like. Let's put on our Fibonacci retracement on the day time frame from our previous move to the downside, previous pullback. And let's take a look at that. There we go. We can see there that we have an area that potentially we could gain pips from. Now, where to potentially do that, I like to look between the 23 and the 28.2 level. Grab your cursor there. You can see that the 750 takes us way almost to 50% retracement. Not sure that'll happen, but if we do get a retracement, I'm definitely looking for this area for it to come back and pull back into this area. Basically breaking this session's low and then coming on down to this point. So I would look to basically sell short at this session's low, a little bit below it, a couple of pips below it, and then look to exit the trade around the 38.2 level. So go ahead and exit at that point. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.